Hey there. Welcome back to the Golfweek Amateur Tour of the podcast. Chris, should we tell people how to join the tour?
Of course. Whether you're a seasoned member or just tuning in to learn more, we're here to help you dive into the ins and outs of the tour. If you've been on the fence about joining, there's no better time than now. It's a fantastic way to play competitive golf, meet other passionate golfers, and step up your game.
Registration is open. All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership dues.
And if you want to keep up with all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, make sure you're subscribed and listening to the podcast on your favorite platform. Don't forget to download each episode, share it with your golf buddies, and if you're enjoying the show, drop us a like and a review. Your feedback helps us grow the community and reach more golfers just like you. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's get into today's episode.
All right, Chris. I know you're back from Hawaii. You've been back for a couple weeks. I don't want to hear you're still island time and slow and hang loose and all this other stuff. Time is flying, buddy. I mean, it's the middle of August, man.
Yeah,
It's the middle of August. We're about 60 days out.
It's
62, 63 days.
yeah.
What are we going to do?
It's I don't even know what to say. I mean, you blink and it's already almost the end of the season. I'm telling you, I say it every year, but as directors, as we're getting registrations in and getting tournaments ready, you start scrolling down the end of that list, and it's relieved because you went through another season, but it's still kind of sad because you don't want it to end. You want to keep playing and having events and seeing the guys and the ladies, and yeah, it's a bittersweet moment, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but we still got time.
Still got time.
And just so everybody knows, this is your last month for Player of the Month. So if you haven't got somebody in, get them in. Now's the time. Well, we got a good episode this week. One of these days, though, Chris, I was like, we're gonna have the worst episode ever. So just don't listen, or listen to see how bad it is.
I think that ship sailed.
Is it?
To like the first 5 episodes? Those are gonna be tough to beat.
Yeah, they are. I know. I know. But we got good stuff. We're going to talk with Gabe Gabe and his staff from the Arizona tour. They've done some really good things. We've got the lowest 2-day round in history of the tour. We're going to talk about, and in the end, we're going to get in and talk to Chris, see how his golf game is coming along now that he's back from Hawaii.
Yep.
So stick with us.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Golfweek Amateur Tour proudly presents Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast, talking about all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, including interviews with tour directors, players, and course professionals. Now here are your hosts, Tim Newman and El Paso Las Cruces Tour Director, Chris Rocha.
All right, Tim, I'm back. So you didn't have to be by yourself for at least an episode.
Thank God. I don't like being alone.
I saved you. I'm rested. It was a great time, great trip. I didn't get to surf. All right.
What?
Yeah, waves were a little big, but
Oh, stop.
for being a first time surfer, I didn't get to. But we're gonna go back, so I will do it then.
All right.
But it was a great time. Got to make some core memories with my boys, which was nice. It's just so peaceful, man. Like I've been to the East Coast beach, I've been Florida beach, I've been California beach, Seattle's area. But for something out there, you would think it's real. A lot of people, tourism, but it really isn't. There's so many beaches you can go to. You can find that one that's just, you and maybe 2 or 3 other families, and everyone's in their own little area, and you're not fighting for sand, I guess you could say.
Right. Did you
It's a good time.
Did you go up to the North Shore and look at the monster waves?
We actually went to the North Shore and we stood and got attacked by the monster waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
This
fun,
one's
man.
huge. This one's
They-
huge.
They were at least maybe waist high for me, and my youngest is probably a little bit higher than that, and he was having a blast.
Yeah.
Of course, I was holding his hand like he was flying away, but I mean, he was having a blast, which is nice to see because he's a little scaredy cat at the time or two. So,
That's all right. He'll grow out of it.
but no, they were pretty cool, and it was at sunset too, so they're apparently a little bit bigger when it gets close to sunset. So it was a good time.
What course did you play when you were out there?
Played Royal Hawaiian.
Okay.
Which is like they say it's like the Jurassic Park course.
All right.
In the jungle. Yeah, that one ate my lunch. Lost 3 sleeves in the first 9 holes.
That's
It is what it is. And then played what is it called? I can't even think of it right now. Colina?
Oh yeah, Colina. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
that one.
I played that one too.
The Ladybug.
That's awesome.
That was a fun course. I think I played that one in 2 hours because there was nobody in front of me.
So you should take your time. Take your time with that one. I mean, I like that course.
I tried to. I just played so good.
Thought this was good.
What can you do?
Did you play 63 good?
No, not 63 good.
Not 63 good. That's all right. That's all right. Well, let's talk about Arizona tour. I mean, they've got a lot going on, bud.
They do. They've got a lot going on. They got their regional coming up. But I mean, like you said earlier, we got Gabe on again. He's probably been the one that's been on the most. But he's the fundraiser that he does for the V Foundation year after year is just impressive. And I love just picking his brain about it because just the amount of money that they run or that they raise for a great foundation.
Yeah.
And something that's, kind of hitting home a little hard this year.
Something hitting real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems like, you said it before, everyone's been touched by cancer one way or another. And just to see the commitment that these guys have. And but don't get me wrong, every tour has a great commitment to the V Foundation. Everyone does their part, but to be close to 10 grand was this 3rd year in a row, maybe?
Yeah.
I know for sure 2nd year is just, it's remarkable.
It really is. Well, let's just go ahead and bring him in and let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it. Our next guest, he's actually pretty popular on the show, but he's bringing 2 of his fellow friends on us for the first time. But I'm excited to bring him on because he is year after year one of our top contributors to our foundation that we support every year.
Yeah.
And he's always recognized. His tours are always recognized. But he does a lot of big things, to help with that cause. And not only with the regional that he hosts, it's just awesome to see the work that they do.
It really is, and the amount of money that they're raising, for the Jimmy V, and trying to get this cancer thing taken care of, and as well as anybody else how it's affected tour members, the tour family, and people going through it, man. And Gabe and the Arizona tour is really leading the charge, and I'm so thankful for that. I am personally thankful for them and him leading the charge on that.
For sure. I mean, let's just bring them in and let's talk about, where they're at so far this year because I hear it's pretty high.
Let's see.
What's happening, guys?
1, 2, one more.
Those pop-ups, right in front of my buttons,
There we go.
Gabe, Jordan, and Dan, welcome to the show. I'm sure you heard the introduction from Chris, but I can't tell you, personally how appreciative I am for what you all are doing and the work that you're doing in raising money for the Jimmy V Fund. As you know, the tour family has been hit hard by cancer, and we got to get this thing figured out.
Absolutely. It's never hit closer to home, obviously, than this season. But having Dan and Jordan on board, really coming in middle of last season, and then really jumping full bore with both feet this year. We're off to a great start. We had our annual Tin Cup shootout, which is one of the big events where we do a lot of fundraising. But that's just the lead into the big one, which is a regional championship at the end of the year. So we're excited to talk with you guys about what we've done so far.
Yeah, I think you probably would have made more at Tin Cup shootout, but somebody bailed out on you.
Here we go.
Some sort of sickness or whatever. I think he was more worried about, where he was going to finish in the flight standings, but I don't know.
Well, not for nothing, but there's 5 flights in our events, as everybody knows, and the last 2 years, Arizona players at the Tin Cup shootout, they've only won 10 of them. So,
Here we go. Here we go. Sir, I almost won your Sedona event, not even trying, okay? So Tin Cup would have been a breeze. I've never played the Sedona events.
Is it golf or horseshoes? I'm
Oh,
confused about what-
gracious. So Gabe, I just before you get started, I do want to say, I'm the one that has to encourage you to come on because Chris says I'm done talking to these guys because they win the Ryder Cup, they're winning all these tournaments.
Oh, wow. Wow. All right.
So
Not for nothing, but Dan just got back from Vegas. He and Wally Nelson both took their flights, so it's contagious, and it's just one of those things. Hey, look at that! That's a nice little trouble that going on over there.
So Dan, did you hit any cows this time?
Yes, I did actually. So I, for those that don't know, on the way up there, I was driving up from Arizona to Las Vegas, and I hit a cow with my car, and it'll be in the shop tomorrow. So, yep.
You are going to share pictures of that.
Oh, if you want them,
Yeah, I got to see it. I got to see.
absolutely.
I'm more impressed that you continued the journey in the cow car to
Yeah.
Vegas. That's good,
Yeah.
that's good on you.
I was lucky, I think, because I was in a small car. I took the legs out and I minimized front end damage. It just flopped onto the hood of my car. It was drivable. It's just doesn't look very good.
You get
Kill
him, dude. I'm done.
Cute.
I'm done.
We might need an edit. We might need an edit to that part of the.
Goodness gracious, that's funny. Well, I think Chris, we talked about the thumbnails in the last episode, and I think
we have yours now.
I think a cow is going to be in it.
Dub.
Anyway, so tell us about the Tin Cup shootout and how you all did with the auction.
So we're still waiting on final confirmation on the numbers from the online auction itself. I think a lot of most of you know how it works for us is with these online auctions. They handle everything, and it's one of our local members, Tyler Woolridge, with Wire to Wire Golf. And what they do is they put a lot of packages together for us, and then we get a percentage of the sales. But the thing that we've really focused on the last couple of years, and Dan and Jordan and I have all worked together on this, is if we are able to add packages to the auction, and Tim, you helped us out with packages in the past as well. But we added packages to Seven Canyons, which was a huge get for us this year. It's a private course here in Arizona. And then, the usual suspects of like Verado, Weekapa, and all of those. When we add packages, we get the full amount of the sale of that package minus just, processing fees.
Okay.
So just with the packages that we added, I'm expecting that number to be somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000. On top of the fact that we assume that we're going to look at another maybe 2,000 to 3,000 from the auction house itself. When you couple that with the raffles that we did during the event, the giveaways, we gave away a regional championship entry fee, a couple of entry fees to that event for next year. After taking out all of the expenses for some of the packages and things that we purchased for those raffles, I really feel like we're going to be able to clear somewhere around $4,000 just from that one event.
Wow.
And if you add that, Dan, Jordan, you guys can help me out with this. If you add that to what we've already got, in the purse, I think we're pushing $7,000, 7,500 when all is said and done, and we still got, a third of the season left to go.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a goal set this year for $10,000, and I think we're going to be pushing up close to that after this event. So,
Wow.
We've got really generous members on our tour, and obviously, a lot of guys came in from the El Paso tour with Chris, and we raised a lot. It was a good event.
I mean, I will say, you all do the 50-50 every event. And last year I saw how successful it was. So we started doing it this year. And I'm not as ambitious as you guys are with 10 grand. So I started with 2,500, which is still a lot. And my tour already surpassed that. And we still got 4 events plus, the regional that's at TPC. So things like that, once you kind of put where it's going to in the players' heads and the members' heads, it just shoots off like a rocket. And now we're able to contribute to what you guys have been doing nonstop.
Well, the other thing, Chris, and we haven't had a chance to talk with you about this, but we have a great partnership with the El Paso Tour, and not to go too deep into the history and the weeds and all of that stuff, but I think most of you guys know that I started the El Paso Tour back in 2012, I think it was. And then, Chris and they took it over, and it's just grown exponentially since I left. So they've done a fantastic job with keeping that going, but we built a great team from that experience. And so we do our Ryder Cup event. This event at Tin Cup is always a dual tour event. And then they have a lot of guys that come for the regional championship as well. So, Chris, we haven't had a chance to talk with you about this, but Jordan and I had the conversation. Dan, I think you were a part of that conversation, or maybe we had it at a separate point. But when all is said and done, before we go in, after the regional championship, because I know you've got a good handful of guys that are planning to be at that event as well.
For sure.
We're going to take probably somewhere in the range of $500 to $750 of what we've raised so far this year, and we're going to add it to the El Paso Las Cruces Tours and your donation.
I appreciate that.
No, you guys are a great team for us, and we want to make sure that not just you, but your players understand that we appreciate all of the things that they do in helping us with the couple of events that we do, because they're a big part of the 2 big events that we hold most of our fundraising on.
Hey, Gabe, that's awesome. And I'll let Chris talk here in a second. I know I do this to you all the time, Chris, but what people need to understand is the only time you're going to be successful is if you have a team that's working together. And it's obvious from me being an outsider from you all, from that perspective, you all do work very well together, and you all have a really good thing going in El Paso and Arizona, and you really should be applauded for it. Go ahead, Chris. You can talk. You're from El Paso. You can talk now.
I was just going to say, from Big Brother Tour to Little Brother Tour, we appreciate it.
Where's the belt?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see that belt anywhere.
Jordan's got it, and I have a feeling it's lingering around there somewhere.
It's lingering.
He's probably wearing it.
I have it set right over my golf club, so that way I always remember.
Wow. Yeah. So Gabe, we do talk to you guys a lot, and this is the first time we've had Jordan and Dan on, so I kind of want to hear from them a little bit on this as well.
Absolutely.
The courses that you all play out there, for anybody that doesn't know, you guys are always on good courses to begin with. And, there's being in Arizona, in the Scottsdale, Phoenix area, and Tucson area, there's a good course every other block, right?
Yeah.
And so when you go out there, you're going to play on good courses, but you've got, here we go again, Chris. Some of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
That you're on all the time. You spoke about Weekapaw, Southern Dunes. I love Southern Dunes. I love Weekapaw. Let's go right on down the list. What are some of y'all's personal favorites that you play? And if you could tell somebody to come out to Arizona, and not the regional, but come out to Arizona and play one course, which would it be?
Seven Canyon.
That's tough. I know it's tough.
Yeah, I would have to say my favorite year after year that's been top of my list has always been Oak Creek Country Club up in Sedona. That's probably been, it's a destination course, and it's always in absolute fantastic shape. I mean, you get actual rough out there versus a lot of the desert courses we get, but it's different scenery. The weather's always fantastic, and the course is always in great shape, and it's one of my favorites every year.
And when do you all generally play that one? What time of year do you play that one? Looking at your schedule.
Usually around this time, sometimes May, June, somewhere in there.
Yeah. So this year was added to the specialty of that event because we were able to lock in Seven Canyons, and the timing of it worked out perfectly that we were able to combine Seven Canyons and Oak Creek Country Club into a 2-day major championship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, that's the one you went out to a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Seven Canyons.
Awesome.
Beautiful course. Awesome. Reminds me of pain makers out here in Ruidoso. Gabe knows, and we'll get you guys out here, and you can enjoy the pain that it brings. But Oak, or what was it? Oak Creek.
Oak Creek. Yeah.
I don't want to remember that course. That rough. Couldn't figure it out. And then go into a playoff and get in the rough and can't even get out of the rough is just it's depressing. So I don't want to talk about that one.
Adds to the character.
So, Dan, how about you, bud?
Yeah, for me, I think most of the people on our tour probably would say that two-back is like it's the tournament to go to if it's not one, like, TPC Scottsdale, for me at least, because it's a small little 2-exit town off the highway down near the border, and we take over the town it's a resort, right? So we take over the resort for the weekend, and the course is great to work with. They give us free run of the place essentially. So everyone stays at the resort. There's not really anywhere else to go down there, so everyone kind of hangs out. There's people bring their families and everything like that. So it turns into a vacation for everyone and their families, and it's great to hang out with everyone out, not just during the round, but going out to dinner and hanging out at night and things like that. So definitely my favorite tournament every year.
That's awesome. But Chris, do you want to tell him?
It's not Tupac, it's Tupac.
Back, actually.
Oh boy, yeah. I hear the stories. Chris tells us the stories because I know he goes out to a lot of those tournaments. He always goes to back.
See,
except for this year because of COVID. But he raved about the 2-day he went to before that, and he said he would go back to that again. So you guys, it's okay to travel. And I know Arizona may seem out there a little ways, but it's easy getting in and out of either Tucson or Kansas. It really is probably one of the easiest airports to get in and out of.
Yep, for sure.
I mean, I all those events I go to, I drive, and it's even though Sedona, I was a little overwhelmed on how far it was after Phoenix. I wasn't prepared for that, but it's still a good time, and it's just different courses than what we play here in our area. And if you're from the East Coast and you come out and play desert golf, it's a complete different mindset.
Yeah.
Especially this time of year when it's hot and it's dry. And you don't want to get off the grass, that's for sure.
You do not.
The desert can have the ball. It's yours. It belongs to the desert now. So, let's talk a little bit about the TPC regional. You all have been doing this for a number of years, and obviously you do a great job with it. It's one of the largest ones we do. You got 180, right?
180 is our max number. We're on pace to sell it out again this year. I think it's a bragging right for us, but I think if we can get over the 160 mark, if I'm not mistaken, that would make it the largest or the highest attended regional for, I believe it would be the 7th or 8th year in a row. So we're pretty excited about that.
Just so you know, we had 200 at Whistling Straits.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess that was that.
Yeah, but that was 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
That was That was 21. That was 21. 20 was canceled. 21 was first year we were back.
You can.
I think that year you had 240 at TPC.
Yeah, we're at T40 for 3 years in a row. So those two.
Well, and see, at Straits, that was a tea time event too. So we actually the first day, yeah, we the first day we did 2 waves of shotgun at one course and then 2 waves of double tees at Straits, and we
Yep, and then you ran out of daylight.
6:30, 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Then you ran out of daylight and rushed the leaders because they were going to run out of daylight, and
Well, they-
someone took second place. We won't say who, but he's on this show.
See, yeah.
So no, but as far as the regional is concerned, it's again off to a great start. Again, TPC Scottsdale and Andrew Yoder and that crew out there, they take great care of us. That's for us, that's the signature event, and that's the one. We do a Friday check-in party at a really cool place called Putting World. It's an indoor putting facility out there, so they take care of us. TPC takes care of us, and if you ever get a chance to come out here, that's the event you want to definitely come to for sure.
But the roster of players coming from all over the place is huge. I don't know, Gabe, I'm sure you've seen it, but for those that have not, I mean, players are coming from literally all over the place to that, and they always do.
Yeah, last year I think it was 37 or 38 tours that were represented at the event.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they got the new sports book too.
Yeah, they just opened a sports book right across the street from the Champions Course, so a little bit of extra to do this year.
Way to go, Chris.
I'll be there on Saturdays. College football's that Saturday, so I'll be there.
Right, college football always kicks off that weekend, so
We don't have any gamblers there on Golfweek tour. Oh.
no, no,
No,
Never.
no, Mr. Vegas.
I had no idea what you're talking about. No idea at all. So Jordan and Dan, you guys are in the same flight. Jordan, you got some work to do, bud.
Yeah. I've been it's been a busy year. Haven't gone out to practice as much as I'd like to, but I last year was probably played some of the best golf of my life. After investing in a lot of lessons and improved my game. And after I just, one of my most memorable rounds at Verado, or one of our 2-day majors last year, is going 79, 76 in the C flight and just lining it up. Moving up to B flight, I think there's a bit of a mental hill I need to climb over to get back into that kind of game, but I definitely need to get out and practice more too.
Just play your game, because it's it is what it is.
it's rough.
Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. We talked a little bit ago. Chris and I did. Let's just say you're 14. The way you get to your 14 is different than how somebody gets to their 14. 14 is a 14 is a 14. Just play the way you play, and let everything else fall where it falls.
For sure.
And I think that's probably, from a tour director's perspective, seeing these things over and over and over again every year, that's probably the best advice I can give somebody. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the length. Don't worry about anything else. Just whatever your strength of your game is, just play to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something I definitely need to keep in mind and just keep working towards. And I know I have that game in me. So don't worry, Dan, I'll be catching back up to you.
That's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much again for all that you do for the tour. I can't thank you enough. I mean, personally, especially everything that's been going on this year. You all know who's touched, and we got to get this thing figured out.
Absolutely. And Tim, if I could, for both Dan and Jordan, Chris, you understand this as well. The new things, the smaller things that they've filled in the gaps in that I'm not very good at, online stuff and just a back and forth with membership and things like that. It's something that you mentioned earlier, and Chris, we've talked about it, but the team that we've got out here, not just with the El Paso tour, but with the Arizona tour and you know, the West Coast groups in general, we understand that we're a little bit further apart from everybody, you know, from each other than most. And so the camaraderie that's being built out here is a really great thing. And we want to see it continue to grow. And so we invite anybody that's willing to come out and share ideas with us, come out and join our events and see how we do things a little bit different, maybe. But Chris and I talk about this all the time. The best ideas are the ones that are taken from other directors and just added on to, and that's what we do a lot around here. And so for those directors that see this and their membership that see this, that shared the online auction that we were doing, you know, encourage players to travel to our regional championships and things like that, it's much appreciated. And we hope to see as many of those guys out here as we can come Labor Day weekend.
Second it. But you know, Gabe, I will say this, you know, part of the reason why you get so many guys out there is because of the hospitality that you all provide.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. TPC Scottsdale is a great course.
Sure.
I mean, but how many great courses are we on? We're on a lot across the country. Right. But, you know, they come out there because of the hospitality, because of the way you run a tournament, because of they know the quality event that you're going to provide to them. And that I don't think is talked about enough. You know, we joke about the numbers and this, that, and the other thing, but there's a reason why those numbers are those numbers.
Right. I agree. I appreciate that.
So anyway, Chris, you got any last words?
Just beware. I'm coming for you both.
We're looking forward to having you out here again, my friend. Glad you're feeling better. And again, with all of I can't say it enough, and I'll say it over and over again. For anybody that helped out with that online auction, we really appreciate it. The fundraising is the big thing that we do. We've got a couple of members whose family members are dealing with it, dealing with cancer right now. It's nonstop, so that, you know, the fight continues, you know, every day.
Yep.
And you know, we're not going to stop. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing and try to come up with ways to do it bigger and better each year. So
keep up the good work, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Let's take a break from the show to hear about Strixon's ZX Mark II irons.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's got to be fast and got to be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Strixon.
Tim, it's always great to have Gabe on, and you know, he was really excited when we asked him and to get his assistants on there as well, because they've been doing a lot of good work over there, helping them out, especially with these fundraisers that they're doing.
Yeah.
He just continues to impress year after year, and you know, just trying to catch up to him is difficult as it is. But I mean, they just always have great ideas, and I just think it's cool to see how much they raise, how generous that tour is.
Yeah, it's incredible, and you know, you're not gonna be able to catch up to him, man. He's like Ricky Bobby. He wants to go fast,
Right.
fast and quick, and do it all. But you know, to be able to come close hitting that $10,000 mark, that's huge. You know, I love what he's doing. Like you said, I love the generosity of the tour, and all those things, and he's doing really good things. And again, what's going to happen? It's going to get even bigger with the regional coming up here in a couple of weeks. And just remember, everybody, there's only 2 regionals left, and my guess is both of them are sold out by now. So if you're maybe get on the wait list, if it's not sold out, grab one of those last spots.
Yeah, definitely. It's I know TPC still has a couple spots left, but it's the last couple chances to get nationals paid for if you're interested in that, and it's just they're fun events. Both of them are fun events, regardless of whether you go to the East Coast or the West Coast.
Yeah, or it's Midwest, Midwest or West Coast.
Still East Coast to me.
Oh, come on, get out of it. Just because you're West Coast Texas, West Texas, I guess everything else is East Coast of West Texas. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
When you got to drive 10 hours to find another town east, it's East Coast now.
All right, we'll go. And it always, it's kind of like I keep making Jen shorter. You keep making finding the next town a little bit longer. Oh man. So yeah, I know you've been back for a couple weeks, and you know you hopped on. You said you're still in Hawaii time, but man, time is flying by. You know,
It is.
over the last couple episodes, you know we've had some guests on with some really low scores, right? You know, whether it was Kurt Lambert with a 64 from Minnesota, or Lance Lacombe with his 63 out of South Florida. But let me tell you what. Just when you thought that you've seen it all, we've got a really good guest for you today.
Yeah, it just seems that we keep getting emails of these low scores. I mean, I had a low score at my last event too, but we'll talk about that later. It was pretty crazy.
Well, hold on a second now. You're going to hop in. You had a low score, completely disregarding the other end of the spectrum. You and I are going to talk. We're going to have a conversation.
I'm confused on what that means.
Well, when we got the email for this gentleman, I was surprised, and we'll talk about it. But apparently, this is the lowest 2-day score in the history of the tour, and you would think at 30 years and 25 years with the senior tour, obviously there's always going to be a lowest 2-day score ever, but this is really low.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and welcome in Rod Baronet and Trey Coker from the senior Louisiana tours. Well, Rod, thanks for joining us, bud.
Well,
I
thanks
think we'll
for
get Trey in here. So tell us about your tournament at Oak Wing. You went 68-63. When Dennis sent me that email, I was shocked. So tell us about the rounds.
The 68, that's my home course. Oakland
Okay.
is my home course. I was pretty comfortable to begin with, but the 68 was a really good ball striking day, and the greens were a little slow, and I could not get the putt, couldn't get a putt to the hole all day long. So Sunday when I came out, my whole mindset goal was just try to get everything to the hole, all of it, and I hit it really good, and I apparently got 9 of them to the hole. So it was. I had a couple of 2-putt birdies, but I made 6 or 7 good putts, really good putts.
You said like 2-putt birdies.
Yeah.
Chris, that's not a term you hear very often.
No.
Well, we had a downwind par 5 on the front, and then we had a downhill par 5 on the back. I was able to reach the slope on both of those. So I had I think it was a 3 rescue on one of them, and a mini driver on the other.
All
right.
So on the first day with the 68, any bogeys in that, or are we talking 2 rounds of bogey free 60s?
I'm not positive, but I think I made 1 bogey on Saturday.
Okay.
Wow.
It seemed like I had. I think I'd have made a note of that if I played bogey free for the whole weekend. But I think I'm pretty sure I made 1. But I made 5 birdies and the 1 bogey.
That's still amazing, and and I bring this up, Rod, just for effect here. As golfers, it doesn't really matter what we score. Let's just say Chris shot a really low score for him the other day at 79. A little bit later he's going to tell me it was a 79, but it could have been a 73. And a couple weeks ago we had Kurt Lambert on who shot from the Minneapolis tour. He shot a bogey free 64, and he legitimately said it could have been a 61. So on any of your rounds, whether it's 68 or 63, what do you think the lowest it really could have been or should have been?
It should have been exactly what it was. It's golf, man. I had some violent lip outs, but there a couple things could have gone. I mean, I made during the Sunday round, I made a 35-footer, which
wow,
that's is the longest putt I had that day. But I probably had 10 or 11, maybe 12 looks inside of 15 feet, that, you know, any of those could go, but
Right.
playing on grass, you know, they don't do what they're supposed to all the time. So a couple more could have went, but I hit the ball really good, and I struck a lot of really good putts, but they never all go in. Not for me anyway. You know, I could have made 3 or 4 more, but I could have missed 3 or 4 more. So it was
Chris,
the 68. You know, on the 68, I had at least 5 that I know of dead in the mouth, 3 inches short. I mean, and I'm a pretty firm putter by trade, and that's hard for me to take. Leaving one short is just, I'd rather be in bed with a high fever than what he putts short. It's just painful for me, and that kind of set up Sunday. So I guess we worked out.
Well, Chris, I'll leave it. I'd rather be in bed with a fever at that. But you know, Brian, I'm going to steal that from you if you don't mind. I love that line.
Sure.
But Chris, it's also telling that, you know, his longest putt was 35 feet. I mean, could you imagine that? Could you imagine playing 2 rounds with your longest putt being 35 feet?
Yeah, that I only have that at like putts or you know, pop strokes, things like that. Everything else is longer than that.
Yeah, I wish that was the case all the time, but it just happened to be the case that weekend. It was a good ball striking.
So Rod, what's your lowest round ever?
61.
And where was that?
It was at Oakweek.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I was 60 years old when I did it, and so I didn't shoot my age that time. This time, it was the first time I shot my age. I'm 65, and the 63 was the first time I shot my age.
Oh my goodness. Right, that's amazing. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
And Trey, welcome in. Glad we got you back, but I'm not sure if you want to keep having tournaments at Oakwing, because we kind of know what the result's going to be. And
well, we have our club championship there as well, and I call it the Rod Baronet Open. So he's a wonderful player. He's a great friend of mine, and if you can't tell, he's one of the best competitors you ever meet. He don't like second place. So he competes. But so as he called me that I actually texted, and we were talking about he wanted to do the scorecard so he could kind of refresh his memory. So he plays the course a lot. So I could see where he'd be kind of confused. But I said, look, you got a 50-50 chance of guessing what you made, birdie or not. So you birdied half the hole. So that's not too hard of a scorecard to remember.
Yeah. But Trey, right now you've got him in the point standings. I don't know how much longer that's gonna hold up for you.
He don't play enough. He needs to play more often.
Yeah, but all he has to do is win, right? I mean,
that's right.
You know, that's the other thing. You know, Chris, this is, and it's amazing. Every time we have these champ flight players on that are shooting these great scores, it doesn't seem like they could all be the same person.
They could. I mean, what I've noticed, you know, with all these players is their attitude towards the game.
Yeah.
Like Rod said, you know, it's golf. Anything can happen. And sometimes, you know, putts go in or putts don't, and you move on with your day, and it is what it is. And that's the inspiring part, because anybody can hit a golf ball, whether you're plus or you're Tim, you can still hit a golf ball too.
I don't know.
But it's their attitude, you know, and you see some champ guys that get very upset when they hit their approach shot and it's 5 feet away from the hole instead of 4.5 feet. And then you see guys like Rod that come in and he's just saying, you know, it's golf. The putts will roll in or the putts won't. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I kind of wonder sometimes if that's a trait of somebody that's really going to be good at golf, right? I mean, and I liken it back to a lot of the mid to high handicappers that we talk to all the time. You know, if they get upset if they've got, you know, double bogey here, double bogey there, and maybe kind of lose focus of the one shot at a time.
Right.
Right, Rod. What's your approach when you go into a round, a competitive round like this? are you somebody who thinks your way around the course? You take Oak Wing out, where you play there all the time. What's your approach going into a tournament?
Well, depending on the length of the tournament, if it's a 1-day event, you kind of just go with what you got. If it's a 3-day event, the first, especially the first day, my mindset is just don't lose the tournament today, and just stay relevant, hit fairways, hit greens. If they go in, fine. If they don't go in, stay away from the bad stuff and stay patient. Don't force a bad situation. If I don't have a good number, if I don't have a good pin for whatever it is, if you shoot 68, you can make a lot of pars.
Yeah,
a lot of pars. And so you don't have to bogey. You don't have to have a birdie putt on every hole. You can 2-putt from 20 feet and stuff like that. So going into a multi-day tournament, the mindset's a little different than playing just a 1-day event. 1-day event, you got to pay attention to what's going on around you, see if you got to put the pedal to it or what you got to do to win or to give yourself a chance to win. And that's all I've ever done is I've always tried to give myself a chance to win. I've had a lot of success, but I don't ever hang winning on one swing. I try not to, aside from a playoff situation. It's very calculated. It's always been.
Yeah. And Chris, as I look at Rod's scores again, just kind of like we talked about with Lance a couple of weeks ago, the variation, right, of scores, the spread of scores. He's got one round of 80 and pretty much everything else is 60s to 75. So you're talking about it. It's very, very consistent. A bad round is 77, a bad round is 78. And I put that in air fingers quotes, bad round. When your dispersion of scores like that, it's really telling about the mindset and the skill of the player.
Yeah, it definitely is. An 80 for me is a good round. So,
well, everything's relative.
If it's really cold, it's a good round for Rod. Just so you know, it'd have to be really cold though.
Yeah, I don't like cold. Trey and I played a lot of tournaments together, and I was like, man, as long as it's not cold, I'm in. And we went. I remember you.
I think you and me are going to be good friends now. I'm not saying. Him knows.
Well, Trey and I went to a tournament. I think that often it was a 4-ball. We played the practice round in shorts and short sleeves. And by the third round, I had all my clothes on that I brought. I had on some of Trey's clothes. It was so ridiculously cold, I couldn't even take it back, and it was miserable for me. And we played in college. We both played in college, and I don't know if you guys played in college or not, but you play in some really lousy weather, bad weather. And I got a gut full of it. I just don't like it anymore. I don't want to play in the cold. I don't really play in wintertime. I play from early March to about September or October when it starts getting really nice. No one's at the golf course. The golf course in great shape. If it's cold, I ain't going. I'll go fishing or find something else to do.
Yeah, right. I don't play very much anymore, but when I was playing a lot, I was the same way. If it's cold, I'm not going. For training, I'm not going. Because I played enough. I didn't have to subject myself to bad weather. Just because to me it's not miserable. It's not fun.
It is. It's beyond miserable for me to be cold.
There's too many good days to go play that balance.
Especially where you guys are.
Yeah.
Although right now I'm sure it's pretty hot and steamy down there.
It is. We actually had 3 days of really nice weather. The last 3 days we had a north wind, which is unusual for us in the summertime. But it was in the low 90s, and the humidity was really low. It was nice.
Nice.
So Rod, what's your favorite course?
All
Can't say
time?
Oak Wing. Can't say Oak Wing.
Probably Shoal Creek in Alabama.
Where is that? Is that
It's in Birmingham, I believe.
yeah.
It's a old style golf courses, no
Okay.
carts. Everybody has caddies. Old style golf course. It's and I haven't played it in 20 years, but that's probably my fondest memory of playing a golf course. Shoal
Wow.
Creek.
And Trey, so going through your points race, you got a bunch of really good champ players. What's it like on a week in, week out basis in champ flight?
Come as far as competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have on the rod, we have Wendell Aikens and then K-Day Bear, who all can win at any time. And they all play very, very well. As far as the points race, yeah, sometimes. As far as the points race, I'm at every tournament, so it's kind of hard, for them guys that just kind of spot play to catch me has been the issue. I kind of wish they could kind of change it maybe to where they'd put a little bit more emphasis on the wins and not so much on the just playing. And I understand both sides. If you're trying to get the guys to keep playing, get more points that way. But for me, I don't think I've won this year, and I'm at the top of the list, and these guys are shooting these scores, and I don't feel that I'm worthy to be up there. Yeah, but we have good points race all through the A flight, the B flight, the C flight, and the D flight. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I got 20 some odd D fighters playing this weekend in our tournament at Beaver Creek. So it's that flight's been growing tremendously on our tour. So
yeah,
been good.
Well, I'm glad you said D flight. I'm looking at that now. You got Clarence Whittington and Hugh is it Desormeaux? Mm-hmm. Both of them with a good round will be bumped up to C flight.
Right.
And it's I look at that as a good thing.
Absolutely.
You're getting better. You A flight with Ronnie. I mean, he's always a good player. I mean, and Tim Rusk is there, always a good player. Keith's always a good player.
Right.
You've got some really big names that are recognizable across the country, and it's from at least from my perspective that's always good for a local tour to have those names because it grows your tour.
That's right, and a lot of them they travel to some of the regionals and all that kind of stuff to support. And then we have a pretty good. I think we had like 27 last year that went to the nationals. So it'll be good support for that as well.
Trey does a great job with the tour down here. We the way he runs the tour, the way the participation is, and the people that come out, it's. I wish I could play more of them. My schedule and just the way it works out, I don't get to play as many as I want to. But Trey does a fantastic job with the pace of the play, the tour, the setups, the courses he picks. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's obvious. With the member count. I mean, you guys have 181 members. And Chris, don't go too far off the rails with this one. When we talk to Amal from Indianapolis, he talks about that being a small market, right? But Louisiana, with 181 members, I would consider that more of a small market than Indianapolis.
I think
even though you can play longer, I would say that.
I feel like anybody over 125 members is not a small market. That's just me, but I mean 181. That's awesome. I'd give a couple of birdies away for 181.
So Trey, on your normal schedule, what would be the tournament that you tell people that they cannot miss? So if you got people coming into town, they want to play a tournament, what would be the one that you say, don't miss this tournament?
We have a couple. One of our courses in the area at Central Louisiana is in Marksville, Tamaka, which has a casino attached. To anybody wanting to travel into that'd be a good weekend to come in. That's our finals though this year. We also have one earlier in the year, just a single day event there as well. And then I play a couple country clubs on the Mondays. One down at Lake Charles Country Club, which is just a phenomenal golf course. And then also we play University Club coming up, not this Monday, but next Monday is a good course. I have a Sunday tournament, which is a 1 day on Sunday, and then the next day is University Club is another 1 day. But that way, if people want to make a couple of days of it, they can. Right. So, but University Club is where LSU is when LSU practice, the team practice and all that stuff. It's a wonderful course as well. I think Rod won the senior amateur there, if I'm not mistaken, for Louisiana.
Yeah, my first one. Yeah, I did.
So,
your first one, how many Louisiana senior amateurs have you won?
2.
Oh, that's awesome.
They cheated. They brought him to Oak Wing too. So that's
Ryan, it still counts. I don't care. It still counts, man.
It absolutely counts. Said about them at Oakland. They were a little torqued at me, and I went. That's what we set a scoring record there too. I was 13 under for that tournament.
Oh my goodness gracious! Hey, everybody still got to play the same course, and just because that's your home course,
Fortunately, in that tournament, I beat my 4-ball partner, Robbie McWilliams, who's a wonderful player. He's played nationally and internationally, but I got him at home. So usually he beats my brains in where it was fun to skin him up one time.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I really do appreciate it. And Rod, congratulations on the two rounds and the lowest score in for a 2-day tournament that we ever had. I mean,
Thank you
amazing.
very much. Appreciate you having me.
And Trey, take care, and we'll see you here in a couple months.
All right. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Rob.
Thanks.
Let's take a break from the show to hear about Srixon's ZX Mark II drivers.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
Chris, how about that? 68, 63, longest putt in 2 days was 35 feet.
That's just wild. That's the round that you want to just watch, and just it's just effortless at that point.
I know it's insane. You know,
I mean, you feel bad playing with people like that, and you're having a bad round because you don't want to slow them down or make them, get bored or whatnot. So you're like trying to hurry up.
Yeah,
I've seen rounds like that, and it's cool to watch, but to be in that mindset, it takes a lot of determination.
yeah. I can't even get there. From a mind perspective, But when you listen to Rod and you listen to other good chance play players, they're just so matter of fact. It's this shot, then the next shot, then the next shot. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. No big deal. Just okay. Here we go. One bogey out of 36 holes. All right, here we go. It's. Can you imagine? I mean, I can't. And he won by 9 strokes.
I mean,
So-
he even mentioned a 2-putt birdie.
Yeah, a 2-putt birdie.
Nothing, just 2-putt birdies. Okay.
I got lots of 2-putt triples.
At one point, like, okay, let's just get it out of here. I had a tournament this weekend after I came back. First round, not too good. Second round, 79. But, I mean, I'm hitting greens, 2-putting for par and getting out of there.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that because I know pars are not bad.
Right.
I can't go 18 birdies in a round, but I can go 5 birdies and let's say 12 pars and be okay.
Right. That's the other thing that I think the mid high handicappers need to really look at is their mindset and what's par, right? Is par the actual par that's on the scorecard, or is par 5, or is par 4, or is par bogey? Whatever it is, and play to your par as opposed to playing to what the scorecard par is,
Right.
and only think about that, and not where you are from the scorecard. I think that mindset shift, if you take that, you're going to be much better off, and you're going to find that you've got much better scores because you're not playing against a fictional number, right?
Right. And sometimes you gotta learn to take your medicine.
Yeah.
And if you get a couple bad shots or a couple bad lies, take your medicine, get out of the woods in one instead of trying to hack it out there 4 times. Play your layups, and sometimes the top shots is a good layup, but You just got to take your medicine and play the next shot the way it is.
And just make sure you get the ball to the hole, because like Rod said, he'd rather be in bed with a fever than leave the ball short.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, that was funny. That was funny. So let's get back and talk about you a little bit. 79, and you and I talked about your first round score, and I give you a hard time about it, but it's kind of funny. But that's part of being a tour director, right? I mean, you sometimes you have to deal with stuff, and it affects your golf, and it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, and I don't think I've had that issue in a very long time. So being able to now be 3 days since it's happened and kind of like analyze it, I think the next time it won't be as a disaster as it was on Saturday. But I mean that whole flight played lights out that day, and
yeah,
we're getting to the point of the season where everybody's in their A game. And with the flights being so close, points wise, everybody's going out there shooting the best they can.
Yeah, and one thing that I really like about your tour is you've got players that are posting stuff on social media, and it's. I like it when they post their scores and they post their scorecard and they talk about it. Like Jordan Morrow, I bring him up because he's always posting stuff about it. And so Jordan shot 84.79, 2 really good B flight scores. He finished fourth.
Fourth.
And not that he was happy finishing fourth, but posting, it was great 2 days. Loved it.
Right.
And so they're. I love it, even if they're not winning, that they're still posting and enjoying their time on tour. That to me, that says it all.
Oh yeah, and Jordan played with me in the first day. He saw the train wreck of what happened, and being able to laugh about it after the round, and the next day he was laughing about it. It's always good to see these guys, and. I mean, you've been down this road. When you time events, it's hard to keep everybody around afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like the champ guys, because they don't want to wait 2 hours,
right?
3 hours at most. But we had a lot of guys stay and wait, and that was pretty cool because they're just hanging out, and you look at tables and there's some champ flight guys, some A flight guys, some C flight guys just hanging out, having a good time. The wives out there just hanging out. It was a nice time, and I can't wait to see what we bring moving forward, because we got the Ryder Cup here in El Paso this year, and we need to bring all the big guns.
Well, before we get to the Ryder Cup, let's talk about your champ flight player. First off, I already brought up Ricky Bobby once, but I mean, Marshall Daniel, he's got 2 first names.
Right.
I'm not sure what you call him, Daniel, you call him Marshall, whatever.
It's funny you say that, because when I have to announce his name every time, I have to like slow down and think about it and find out where that comma is, because I think the first time I called him Daniel Marshall, and then he looked at me, I went, sorry, Marshall Daniel. So yes, man, this kid came out of nowhere. He's solid golfer. He's a minus 4.5, and he's a new member. But yeah, 66 at a UNM championship course, which is a course that hosts a U.S. Open or qualifier every year.
Okay.
I mean, this guy's a stick. He played. I got to talk to him a little bit. He played golf at West Point.
Oh wow. Okay.
And he's in the military right now, stationed in El Paso. So, we may be seeing him at Nationals. I really talked to him and his dad about it, and we may be seeing him if he can get the time off.
That'd be awesome. 66, 68. Again, it's mind-boggling.
And I mean, the 68 was I'm gonna say it probably could have been lower, but I think with
He won by
stroke advantage.
He won by 16.
I know with a 9-stroke advantage, he might have not had to push the gas as much. Just kind of put it on cruise control and shot a 68. But yeah, it was good to talk to him. Everyone was impressed, and just trying to pick his brain. It was honestly after the round, just having conversations with him, which was pretty cool to see. Like all flights down the line.
Yeah.
Just trying to get to know the guy.
So does he play for the Army in any of the Armed Forces tournaments?
I didn't ask. Next time I see him, I'll ask. But I mean, he's a great guy. He just loves to play golf. He basically was like, where there's a golf tournament, I'm gonna play. And I found yours online through social media, and I mean, it's been a great time. So,
well, tell him there's a golf tournament in Hilton Head in October.
I did tell him that. I also told him there's a golf tournament in TPC Scottsdale at the end of the month.
See,
come on.
Is he going?
To
Scottsdale?
Hopefully, depending. Again, what the way the military is. As long as he
No, I
gets
do.
days off,
I do.
He said he'd be out there. But I love to see him out there because he can do some big things.
Yeah, pull up the roster for that.
I did. I literally just looked at it. I don't see him on there yet, but
Well, what I was thinking more about what Champlain players are out there, because again that would be a good one to win. Oh wow! So his name I haven't seen in a long time. Fred Blaylock. I knew him from upstate. Haven't seen his name for a while. Let's see. Randy Merrill from Vegas. Not recognizing most of these names, but that's all right.
there's a couple of them down there in the bottom too. Wallace Nelson from Arizona. He's a solid golfer too.
Okay.
Solid. He just come to a couple of my events, and I mean, he's just like we said. He's just hit it down the fairway. Second shot. 1-putt birdie, 2-putt par. Get out of there. Next hole.
That's all you got to do, man. That's all you got to do. As I'm looking at this, it kind of reminds me, we talk to people all the time, and I got a couple messages. You know who we haven't heard from much? We haven't heard from Mick.
We haven't.
Haven't heard from Mick and the Columbus boys. I wonder what's going on. I wonder if they're mad at us.
Either that or he just keeps waving the flag and doesn't want to talk about it.
He doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'm going to reach out to him, and I think our next episode, I think we've already got who we need to have on, but maybe we can see if we can get him on, find out what's been going on this year and what's going on up in Columbus.
Yeah, we need an update because I think that was a cool story last year. And I mean, if my courses around town sold flags, I'd probably have started that, but not everybody sells flags around my area. We're not building courses.
Maybe what you could do as a maybe as an end of season, how you do, the tour championship or what have you. But the last tournament, give out flags for last place in each flight. Mm-hmm. But so as last tournament of the year, you're going to walk away with something. Thanks for coming out. It'd be maybe something fun. I don't know. With the Golfweek El Paso flag, right?
Right. I have an idea that I want to do, but I need to run it by so I can get them printed because I do want to do some Golfweek flags. I just don't know where to get those from, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we figure that out. So, I think I mentioned this earlier in the episode, but August is the last month for Player of the Months. Mm-hmm. We'll have our 8, and then we'll pick the Player of the Year. Tracy Taylor, the Player of the Month for June. We'll announce the Player of the Month of July in the next episode. Nomination again, got a bunch of good nominations for that. love sharing them. So tour directors, make sure you get your nominations in for August / last opportunity for that. And also, we got the raffle, got the club raffle,
Yes.
whole set of irons. They're literally sitting right behind me, still in a box. Chris, I haven't opened them. They don't have dirt on them. They're brand new irons. I promise you, when you get them, whoever wins them will get them. And I'm not going to promise they'll be brand new, but as of now, they're still brand new in the box.
Yeah, man. It's $10 to win a new set right before nationals too.
Yeah.
Give you about a month and a half to get used to them, try them out, and take them out to nationals.
Oh, I meant to tell you, I don't know if we talked about this in the last episode or not, but when I went out to the Blacksburg Regional with the Fujikara guys out there, let me tell you what, man, the technology in those shafts is phenomenal, and those guys were fitting guys with shafts in under 5 swings.
Really?
That's how good the technology is, and so we talk a lot about Strixon and the irons. But with these Fujikara, those are really good. But on a different note, the Fujikara shafts, phenomenal, and getting fit by really good fitters. That's the other thing. We talked about this a lot last year about being fitted. If you find a good fitter, you should always get fit. But these shafts are phenomenal.
Well, I want to check them out.
Should.
I'm in the market for a new driver.
Well, just snap it over your leg, and
It got close on Saturday. They got real close.
I don't know what happened. Okay.
No, the time that I've done that would have been coming back from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Ah, dang it! They dropped my bag, my travel bag.
But my whole bag is gone. My whole bag. You'll get caught doing that. I don't know that for
You've met Diana.
experience.
She's smarter than that.
She is. But I tell you, I don't know if I told this story before or not, but when I was traveling a lot and playing a lot, I actually had 2 full sets, two full of the exact same sets, one that I used to travel with and one that I was normally playing with, and that came because I was traveling, and the airline lost my bag. Or I thought they lost my bag, and I almost ended up in jail. Chris, I was hot. I mean, you can imagine, I was hot. And the airport policeman came over on a Segway, and I was hot. And Jen's pulling me away, and we leave, and over on a different carousel, there was one bag going around on a different carousel, right? It was my clubs. And so that made me even more mad. I said, you know what? Because that's not even our flight. So somebody could, you know what? Oh, wow, here's a bag of clubs. And Jen's dragged me out. I was hot. And that's the next day I purchased a complete set. The only thing that was different was the putter, because I don't know if you ever see my putter. My putter is custom made, and I couldn't get that done. But yeah, everything else.
Wow. What was the airline going to do?
Like $150 voucher.
Oh, shit.
Exactly. And I'm hot. We'll find it. Here's a $150 voucher. We'll find it. What?
You should have still taken the voucher and then walked out with your clothes.
No, I think I was thinking they were also going to give me a restraining order.
Well, I mean, nowadays, like, I have an air tag in my golf bag.
Yeah.
And an air tag in the suitcase that the golf bag goes in case somebody takes the golf bag out. Okay. And now with Southwest, they scan every bag that goes in. So on the app, you can see if it's been scanned on the plane or not.
Oh, really?
I am sitting in the plane monitoring both the air tags and the app till I see where it says scanned on plane or loaded on plane, and then, all right, now I can relax.
Well, I don't know what my issue is. I can't figure out the air tag. I mean, you and I talked about it. I can't figure it out.
No, it's not for everybody, I guess.
I guess not. I guess you got to be, I don't know. Well, get your money in for the raffle. Venmo me at Tim NATC. Let's get these clubs raffled off and so you can bring them out to national championship.
Yes, sir.
Anything going on next couple weeks?
No. Just trucking through, trying to, there's a bunch of city championships that are happening. So I kind of try to avoid that weekend because
Okay.
a lot of guys like to play other things.
Mhm.
I hate to have a low turnout to one of our ending events. So
Yeah.
nothing crazy, just trying to finalize everything else, get Ryder Cup ready. Kids back in school, get life back together again.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. You're telling me.
All right, bud. Well, it's good seeing you again, and we'll catch up again here real soon. Everybody take care, be safe, and
Likewise.
start registering for tournaments, man. Only got a
It's
few
running
left.
out. If you're waiting now, you're gonna blink and it's gonna be the end of the season.
It's gonna be over.
So just register and register for the events, and then wait for that email saying, "Hey, I need payment," and then you can decide then.
No, just pay. Register and pay today for everything. That way you're just lock it in. Lock it in.
Get it over with.
The quicker you lock it in, the less excuses you'll make for not going.
Unless it's cold.
Let's put it this way: if it's cold somewhere now and you're playing, even if you're in Minneapolis or north, upper northwest, whatever, you don't have to live there. Move.
Yeah. We don't.
All right, my friend. Best of family. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Likewise. Be safe.
See ya. All right, that's a wrap for this week's episode. But Chris, after all this time, you would think we would remember this stuff.
We forgot to tell people how to register, didn't we?
Yep. Take it away.
Well, if you're not already part of the Golfweek Amateur Tour, what are you waiting for? Grab your clubs, join the fun, and see what competitive golf is all about. You can sign up today and start meeting some incredible folks who love the game as much as you do.
All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click the Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership dues.
And hey, don't forget, if you're enjoying the podcast, you can catch us on all of the major podcast platforms. Be sure to download, share it with your golf buddies, and throw us a quick review if you're feeling the love. It helps us keep bringing you the good stuff and reaching even more golfers out there. Thanks for hanging with us, and until next time, keep swinging and having fun out there.
We'll see you next time. Take care.